There are some directors out there who are so interesting or so talented, who have such a good record, that I just need to see their name and I'm already interested. Martin McDonagh is one of those directors for me. Every one of his films has been fascinating and worthwhile, and his newest film is no exception. Three Billboards is a challenging, dark comedy starring Frances McDormand as a bereaved woman who goes after the local police force for failing to find her daughter's killer. One day, Mildred Hayes arranges for three billboards along a stretch of road to ask Police Chief Willoughby why her daughter's killer still hasn't been found. The provocation immediately gets attention from everyone in the small town. The two people who react the strongest are Willoughby himself and one of his most loyal officers, Jason Dixon. This is the kind of dark comedy that Martin McDonagh is so good at making. He takes serious, painful issues and manages to find a bizarre humor in them to make them just a little bit lighter and easier to manage. And so we get a story that deals with brutal, unsolved crime, grief, loss of everything you love, abuse of power, unflinching rage, and yet we still get a supply of comedy thrown into the mix. Of course, with a movie like this, it has to be gray. Mildred's sympathetic due to her loss, and she's also bitter due to her experience with an abusive ex-husband, but she is not always likable. I think that this harsh side of her, which sees the negative in everything, I think it's best portrayed through her interactions with the character James, who is himself probably the most sympathetic character in the film. I should say it's easy to side with Mildred, though, when she's surrounded by her ex-husband, his wildly young and kind of ditzy girlfriend, a police force that doesn't like her, especially after she goes after them with the billboards, and the whole town sides against her for putting them up, and also she has a really bad relationship with her son, because both of them are lost in their own grief and anger. But in the meantime, the other two main characters of the film are Willoughby and Dixon. Willoughby's got a lot on his plate. He's an older cop dealing with the responsibilities of his job, as well as the fact that he's got cancer. The billboards questioning his professionalism come at the very worst time, and he isn't just offended, he's also ashamed of being reminded that he failed in his duty. He's also got a full-time job keeping Dixon in line. Dixon's a good old boy and a complete loose cannon. It's referenced that he's got a history for abuse and torture, and he's also very quick-tempered and impulsive. But as troublesome as Dixon is, Willoughby's not a saint either, and they both fight back against Mildred's accusations. It goes without saying that Frances McDormand, Woody Harrelson, and Sam Rockwell are all Oscar nominated. I would also give credit to the supporting cast, which includes Abby Cornish, Peter Dinklage, Caleb Jones, Lucas Hedges, and John Hawkes. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention the incredible soundtrack by Carter Burwell. At the time of making this review, Three Billboards has won major awards at TIFF, the Golden Globes, and the SAG Awards. Whether it's going to collect at the Oscars remains to be seen. To be honest, my investment in the Oscars has gone down in recent years, but whatever else happens, I would certainly recommend this great film to anyone looking for a good dark comedy.